Ravenhill Dam stood between two dead mountains where storms gathered without warning. People in nearby villages said the dam made strange sounds after midnight, but officials called it metal pressure, old pipes, and shifting water. Engineer Farhan Malik did not believe ghost stories. He arrived at Ravenhill after the sudden disappearance of 3 maintenance workers. Official reports blamed flooding in the lower tunnels, yet something about the case felt wrong. Security footage from the dam repeatedly failed between 2:13 a.m. and 2:29 a.m., always ending with distorted screams echoing through the speakers. On his first night, rain hammered the massive concrete walls while lightning flashed over the reservoir. Farhan sat inside the control room reviewing footage. At exactly 2:13 a.m., every monitor flickered. Static, then movement. A worker named Hamid appeared walking through Tunnel B carrying a flashlight. Suddenly he stopped. He seemed to hear something. The camera audio crackled. At first it sounded like distant water, then voices, whispers, dozens of them. "Help us! Down here?" Hamid turned toward darkness outside camera range. Slowly, impossibly slowly, he walked forward like someone hypnotized. Then the footage ended. Farhan replayed it 20 times. At 2:10 a.m., curiosity defeated fear. He grabbed a flashlight and headed toward Tunnel B. The tunnel smelled of rust and wet concrete. Water dripped from overhead pipes, while shadows stretched endlessly along narrow corridors. Then he heard it, a scream, not loud, far away, like someone drowning. Farhan followed it deeper underground until he reached an old sealed maintenance gate marked "Lower Reservoir Excess." Permanently closed the lock, looked recently broken. Someone had entered. He pushed open the heavy door. Cold air rushed out. The chamber beyond looked ancient, older than the dam itself. Strange symbols covered the walls beneath years of grime. In the center stood black water, still silent. Then the whispers started. Hundreds of voices, crying, begging. Farhan aimed his flashlight downward. Shakshas floated beneath the surface. Faces, human faces. Eyes open, mouths moving, screaming silently. He stumbled backward. Suddenly, a wet hand burst from the water and grabbed his ankle. Farhan screamed and kicked free. The surface exploded as pale figures crawled upward, people made of water and shadow. Their mouths stretched unnaturally wide. "You heard us," they whispered. Farhan ran. Behind him echoed impossible footsteps splashing against concrete. He slammed the chamber door shut and locked it. The voices continued for hours. The next morning, he searched historical records. Ravenhill Dam had been built over an abandoned village, flooded decades earlier. Thousands disappeared during construction after government engineers secretly sealed evacuation tunnels to finish the project faster. Nobody escaped. The dead were trapped beneath the reservoir. That night, Farhan tried leaving, but every road flooded mysteriously. At 2:13 a.m., power failed. Emergency speakers activated. Then came a voice. "Come below." Tunnel alarms echoed through the facility. Doors unlocked automatically. Water began flooding hallways. Farhan realized something terrifying. The dam wasn't breaking. Something underneath wanted out. As he reached the control room, security monitors switched on. Every missing worker stood dripping wet outside, smiling. Their skin looked swollen and pale. Their mouths moved together. "You left us underground." The lights died. The next morning, rescue teams found Ravenhill Dam empty. Farhan vanished without explanation. Yet locals still report screams beneath the concrete after midnight. And if storms are strong enough, Faces appear beneath the reservoir water. Watching, waiting. Cold-water dams supplied electricity to half the region, but workers hated night shifts. Machines often turned on without warning. Hallway lights flickered, even during maintenance shutdowns. Worst of all were the shadows. Security guards reported seeing tall figures moving behind machinery where no person could fit. When technician Samina Rahman accepted a temporary repair contract there, she laughed at the rumors until night 3. A transformer failure forced her underground near Reactor Hall 9. The tunnel felt wrong. Silent. Too silent. Even the hum of machinery disappeared. Her radio crackled. Then a distorted voice whispered, "Don't stop walking." Samina froze. "Who is this?" No answer. Only breathing, slow. Heavy, behind her. She turned. Nothing. But the corridor lights dimmed. At the far end stood something impossibly tall. A shadow, 7 feet high. No face, no movement. Just standing watching. Samina blinked. Gone. She hurried toward Hall 9. Inside, dozens of engineers stood perfectly still facing a wall. Their backs turned, not moving. "Hello," she called. No response. She stepped closer. One worker slowly turned around. His eyes were entirely black. His lips trembled. "It learned our shapes," he whispered. Suddenly the lights shut off. Darkness swallowed the room. Something moved. Fast. "Metal," screamed. People started shouting. Emergency lights flashed red. Samina saw impossible shapes moving across ceilings and walls like liquid darkness. Then came a scream. An engineer vanished into blackness, pulled upward. The lights returned. Everyone else had disappeared. Only bloody footprints remained. She ran toward security control. On surveillance screens, she finally understood. The shadow wasn't haunting Coldwater Dam. It lived inside it. Every camera showed the same tall shape moving through hallways simultaneously, hundreds of versions of it. Watching workers, learning movements, cutting faces. Suddenly, one monitor showed Samina herself standing behind her. She turned, no body there. Back to the monitor. Her copy smiled. Its mouth opened too wide. Then it climbed out of screen static. Reality bent. Hallway walls darkened. Voices echoed everywhere. "We watched you," it whispered. "We learned." Samina fled toward emergency turbines, realizing something horrifying. Coldwater Dam generated enormous electromagnetic energy. The machine wasn't producing electricity. It powered the creature. Years earlier, scientists secretly experimented with dimensional energy beneath the structure. Something crossed over and never left. At dawn, she triggered emergency overload systems. Sirens screamed. Massive explosions echoed underground. Electricity surged violently. The shadow figures shrieked. For 1 second, she saw them clearly. Not shadows. People stretched into impossible shapes, as if reality itself had crushed them. Coldwater Dam shut down permanently after the disaster. Officially, it was an electrical accident, but nearby residents still report strange power failures. Sometimes televisions turn on at night. Static fills the screen. Then a familiar figure appears, standing motionless in darkness, watching, learning, waiting for lights to go out. Blackstone Dam rose higher than anyone believed possible. Built deep inside a remote valley, it blocked an entire mountain river and powered experimental research labs hidden beneath concrete. Nobody knew exactly what happened there. Workers signed secrecy agreements. Families rarely heard from them. Then, one winter, contact stopped completely. Journalist Imran Shah received an anonymous message. "Don't come to Blackstone." The mountain is gone. Naturally, he went. The road into the valley looked abandoned. Snow covered broken fences. Helicopters stood rusting outside empty checkpoints. The dam itself towered against dark skies like something alive. Its concrete walls looked cracked. Not from age, from pressure. As though something inside pushed outward. Imran entered through a broken service gate. The facility was silent. Coffee cups sat untouched. Computers still glowed. Security footage played automatically. At first, everything looked normal. Scientists working. Workers walking. Then came day 12. A drilling team entered lower tunnels beneath the reservoir. They found a strange underground cavern hidden inside the mountain. Impossible geometry. Walls smooth like glass. No natural formation. At the center floated a giant black sphere pulsing softly. Footage showed scientists approaching. Then reality shifted. The camera distorted. Gravity failed. People floated briefly before crashing into walls. After that day, workers began disappearing. Hallways changed shape overnight. Doors led somewhere else. Entire floors vanished. Security reports called it environmental instability. Imran kept exploring. In a laboratory, he found recordings from a lead scientist. The woman looked terrified. "We believed the mountain was geological," she said shakily. "It isn't." She swallowed hard. "It's sleeping." The recording ended. Suddenly, distant metal groaned. The building shook. Imran followed the sound into deeper tunnels. Eventually, he reached a gigantic underground chamber and stopped. The mountain was missing. Not damaged, gone. An endless black emptiness stretched beyond reality itself. Floating rock fragments drifted through darkness like broken planets. The dam didn't hold back water. It sealed something. At the center floated the black sphere from recordings. Only now it looked enormous, alive. It pulsed slowly like breathing. Then voices echoed around him. "Thousands speaking together." "You opened us." Figures emerged from darkness. Workers, scientists, except something was wrong. Their bodies stretched unnaturally long. Eyes glowing pale white. "We crossed," they whispered. "You can too." The floor trembled violently. Behind him, the concrete wall cracked. Water burst inward. Suddenly, Imran understood. Blackstone Dam had not swallowed the mountain. The mountain had been consumed by something beneath reality. And now the dam was failing. The sphere pulsed harder. Reality twisted. Hallways melted. Gravity shifted sideways. Imran ran desperately through collapsing tunnels while alarms screamed. Around him, walls bent like rubber. Voices followed. "Stay. Become part of it." He climbed emergency stairs as freezing reservoir water flooded behind him. At the top level, he looked back. The dam split open, but instead of water, darkness poured out. Black mist swallowed snow, roads, buildings, and forests. The sky itself seemed to crack. Imran escaped barely alive. Authorities sealed the valley forever. Official reports blamed landslides. No mention of disappearances. No mention of the impossible void. Yet satellite maps still glitch over Blackstone Valley. For a fraction of a second, images reveal something terrifying. There is no mountain, no dam. Only a massive black hole stretching across the landscape. And deep inside that darkness, something enormous appears to be opening its eyes.